What's up, guys? It's Rich DeBerry with Live Food Young K9, which is the foundation. Hey guys, this is my kennel talk. A little different approach this time. Normally I'm outside walking around on a rant, but we're gonna shift the energy a little bit. What we're doing going forward is I'm gonna try to make kennel talk something that is a little bit more formal and kind of educational and actually teach you guys more. Because that's ultimately what I want to do, is share the information I have from my experience, stuff that I've read, combination of both, talking to other breeders all around the world. Like, just want to help you guys out, better your life for your dog, from nutrition to breeding to health, wherever I can help you guys with. So, with that being said, if you don't follow us on YouTube, or if you're on YouTube, click follow, subscribe to the channel, guys. I'm gonna keep positive energy coming. This is about you and your dogs and how we can make everything better. So, I get this question asked a lot. Different than a million questions on how to buy a puppy. Like, people call me and the things that they don't ask that I know they should be asking as a breeder is kind of what I want to discuss. This is just based on my experience. This is ain't no book. Like, this is from my raw experience, my advice, things that I look for when I'm in the dog buying or puppy buying process. It's things I want to share with you guys. Some of you like it, some of you may not like it, some of you may agree, some of you won't, but just is out there to help whoever I can. So here we go. First thing is, you gotta know the breed standards. Like, come on guys, if you want to buy a dog and you don't know the breed standards, then what are you doing? So take a moment, take some time, do your research, Google the breed standard, and make sure you know what the dog's supposed to be. For instance, a lot of people come in the Presa Canario world where I'm at, and the part of the breed standard, which is a big deal, is having a black mass. That would be the easiest thing for an inexperienced eye to know how to know what to buy and not to buy by just knowing one simple thing about the breed standard. So that's the first thing, guys. Make sure you Google and understand the breed standard. And look, when you're trying to understand the breed standard, understand this too. Like the Presa Canario, they have a breed standard which is FCI. That's more of a European style breed standard. Then you have AKC and UKC. The breed standards are all different. Like, imagine that. Every category, every breed group, the breed standard is different. Okay, but anyhow, you hear what I'm saying. So at least look to where the dog originated from and try to start with that registry club to understand the breed standard. That's one. Next is, how long the person been breeding dogs? And this is a twofold type deal too, so check it out. And this is why I say this. Time in a game matters. Yes. Experience matter. Yes. Do people have to get started somewhere? Yes. As me buying a puppy, I need to understand and see what they know even about the dog's pedigree, the dog's history, what type of program they really have. And if they've been breeding a long time, you should be a little bit more critical. And here's why. The dog should have something. They should have some type of title, some type of something. The dog should be obedience trained. You should see something from a more seasoned breeder. And if you don't, if they can't prove that, red flag. Real simple. But then you got some people that's new in the game that are doing the health testing. They are getting the dogs out, showing the dogs. Like, that's somebody you want to kind of pay attention to. Like, who's doing positive things and the right things by the dogs. Not just having them locked up in the pen and breeding them and rotating them out to try to make money. Who's actually doing something with the dogs? That's something key to look at, guys. Pay attention to that. Okay, the puppy buying, do they have a application? Or do you just say, hey man, I want to buy a dog from you, my name's John Doe? Or do they actually kind of screen to understand who you are so they can understand who they're selling a dog to, what type of living condition dogs can be in, like, so they can understand more of the situation they're about to create because they are the breeder. Remember that. Do they help test the dog? Are you just buying a dog from somebody that just breed dogs without understanding the genetics of the dogs? Like what the dog has in his background, in his blood? Like, do they not know? So you should be able to health test the dogs. They should be able to prove it. And again, I'm big on stuff like this. So in my breed, Presa Canarios, You have what's called a PINHIP test, and you have OFA. Two different categories, and it tests the hip laxity in the dog from hips to elbows. Two different styles of tests. OFA is a good test. It's a good sample. It gives you a very accurate idea and picture. Cost you a couple $100. A breeder can do that to check the box. Then you have a more superior level of testing dogs, which is by a breeder, and it's for breeders, and it's called a PINHIP test. That can tell you all the laxity in the dog. You get done as early as 4 months. It gives you the dog's actual score. That's about $800 per dog. And most people or breeders that just trying to check a box don't want to pay the real test that they should have. They want to pay for the test that they can just check the box on. So pay attention to that. Understand the difference of health testing dogs. This is key. This right here is key. And people don't even think to ask this. Ethically, guys. If you're doing what's best for the dog, right? You should wait till the dog is 2 years old, female, third heat cycle. Anybody breeding dogs before that, I ain't saying it, but you hear me now, right? So make sure you understand how old the parents are so you can understand what type of person that you're buying from character-wise, they're doing what's best for the dog. Next, the puppy buying selection. How does that work? Hey man, have a bunch of dogs, which one do you want? Or do they say, hey, what's your needs, what's your family conditions, what you're trying to do with the dog, what the dog purpose? They try to get a general understanding of what you expect out of a dog, or they just let you pick any random dogs. Guys, as much as it would be nice, but a customer really, especially in like working dogs, and people buying work dogs for different reasons, or guardian breed dogs, like the breeder should tell you, hey man, this dog right here, you don't want to buy. This one, yeah, this is not going to fit the type of lifestyle you're trying to have and produce with a dog. So how does a puppy buying selection work, guys? And something that sounds simple, but for some reason it ain't. Can you visit the kennels? Bruh, if you can't visit a dog breeder's kennel or kennels, big red flag. Just saying. Okay, guys, and how are the puppies raised? Are they doing anything to develop the puppies? What type of living condition the puppies are in? Because puppies make a mess. I mean, they poo everywhere. So are they doing it in the garage? They doing it, like, how does that look? And then through that, are they doing anything as far as developmental stages that a puppy should go through day 1, through day 7, through day 10? All the way up to time for 12 weeks for the puppy to go home. How early are they letting you take the puppy? If you got people that's letting you take puppies at 6 weeks old, guys, red flag. All right, guys, and the last two, are the parents proven or titled, or are they just dogs in kennels? So when you have people that's claiming they have working line dogs, guess what? The parents should have working line titles. The grandparents should have working line titles. If a person is proclaiming a certain functionality of the dog, they should have documentations to prove it, not just use the words. So pay attention to that. And lastly, guys, after you do all of this, guys, you understand the breed standards, like, does a dog fit your needs? And if it don't, you have a better dog owner relationship and situation in life if you find a dog that truly fits your needs. All right, guys, there we go. Kennel Talk, just my advice, my opinion. You don't have to agree or disagree. You can just keep going. But hopefully you guys took something from it. Hopefully it helps you. And if you already know what it is, get you a presser.